Hi, sixth period, all 13 of you. I just wanted you to know that I finished reading your letters today. Whoop, whoop. And I'm so looking forward to running and putting them in the mailbox. So that's going to be so exciting. Uh, I just thought I would kind of walk you through my commentary and just stress to you how awesome I thought it was that you guys wrote on such a variety of stuff. So everybody wrote to someone in the federal government. Nobody wrote to somebody on a matter of state concern. 7 letters will be sent to Lucy McBath, 2 to Purdue, 1 to Loudermilk, and 1 to Trump. And you guys wrote on, I'm sorry, my notes are on my phone. So that's why I keep averting my eyes. Okay. You guys wrote on fairness for high-skilled immigrants, marijuana legislation, Crisis Stability and Community Reentry Act, the Future Act, Elections and Voter Registration, Regulating Marijuana like Alcohol Act, Reform Legal System Invoking Drug Use, Mullah Allah Yousafzai Scholarship Act. I'm sure I butchered that. I'm so sorry. The Women's Rights to Immediate Access Act, Divided Families Reunification Act, and Shark Fin Sales Elimination Act. So let's dive right in. Owen, you ensured that he was aware of your stance on the larger issue, but then you explained why you actually do support this specific legislation. I like that you made suggestions of your own, such as more qualifications for entry, and you also acknowledged other issues like welfare that will come into play. So good job. You'll probably get written back. Kira, we have the same congressman. Yay. Even though this would probably be better if it were sent to a state senator, I made it work by crossing out a couple of things. You mentioned the health risks associated with marijuana, the gateway factor. You specifically attacked your opposition argument, which is always a good thing to do to show that you're aware of what those who are against what you have to say are going to say. So good job there. Jason, you suggest that we really need to recognize and treat mental illness. Even though our society is a more open-minded society, more accepting, there is still stigma associated with that. And you really want us to focus on those who are incarcerated to help them re-enter society productively. You worded this well. And so I'm curious, are you pro-felon disenfranchisement too? Natalia, I'm so glad you enjoyed our time together, and I'm doing my best for us now. I hope you're enjoying it still. I know I am. You suggest that we need to help allocate federal funds to institutions of higher learning with larger minority populations, HBCUs, historically Black colleges and universities, to name one. And even though Representative McBath did not attend one, based on her partisan views, she's probably going to support this too. And nice idea to cut down on the necessary paperwork. So limit that red tape, right? Sarah, way to totally connect to our most recent unit with the current piece of legislation. Love that. I'm glad you identified the issue, the significant issue of low voter turnout, how you felt that this bill connected with things like motor voter would help with this significant issue. And I mean, goodness knows we're going to have our primary coming up. So yay. Hannah, good job telling her about your role in the Teen Advisory Council and what you guys focus on. Very nice job, including previous legislation, interest groups that are associated, bureaucratic agencies, and the negative side effects in your letter. You gave a lot of information. You even addressed federalism and jurisdiction. So it was very convincing and well written. Anna, way to provide a lot of background on you. I think that's fun. I mean, we can all look up Lucy McBath, but she's not going to take time to look up each and every one of you, and that would just be creepy. So yay. I'm so glad you're able to connect what you're doing in Capstone with what you wrote your letter on. You brought in Portugal to compare, included the APA, mentioned the heroin triangle, and you made specific legislative suggestions. The idea that marijuana should be, in your words, a more appropriate class. So good job. Nandini, I think it's so funny that you put your recent citizenship in a small sentence. It's such a big deal, and I'm so happy for you. But I'm glad you were able to find a bill that you could make a personal connection to as well. You also provided clear and compelling statistics to convince her to vote yes. So nice job. Caroline, that is the teeniest font I have ever seen, you silly goose. Sorry about the tennis season, Pumpkin. I hope you guys can still play in your neighborhood. They closed ours down. but that really doesn't affect me. I don't have a strong backhand or any hand to be honest. You really went after the parts of the bill that you or SCOTUS might categorize as a undue burden on the woman seeking an abortion. And the use of accessible was really smart. So, Nina, first generation. I didn't know that, honey. That's awesome. And you made a connection to a bill where you personally are in your life. It's always smart to do that, guys, because even if a bill is not going to, connect to us individually at the time, it does to somebody else. So we need to keep that in mind. You brought up cultures and traditions that could be lost and better preserved if we're able to reunite these families. So good job there. Reese, you and I talked about your letter. We're figuring it out. Sorry about that. And Lindsay, believe it or not, you are the second person to write on this piece of legislation. Nicole Campbell did as well. And you both wrote a ton. So you obviously both really care about this issue. And that documentary sounds terrible. Ugh. I mean, interesting, but, interesting. Ugh, awful. You provided a lot of information. You were very compelling. Definitely tried to evoke sympathy for these creatures that are losing their lives for soup or soap. So I look forward to his response. Okay, so there they all are, guys. Good job. I loved reading them. I really did. And hopefully you will all tune in to the Zoom tomorrow at 2. Hang on, Willow. Okay, that's it. I'll see you later.